Namo Amida Butsu. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whenever you are, in whichever realms of existence you are, whatever mind states you're in, whatever conditions you're in. You're, as always, welcome to my channel. Today, welcome to another episode of Dharma Dreamin. Today, I want to talk about a dream I had in recent months, past several weeks, somewhere in there, past couple of months maybe, where I was in this kind of art gallery, but it was an unusual kind of art gallery. All of the art was actually on display in these pods, and I basically tried to illustrate that here with using NightCafe AI image generating studio to kind of illustrate. So the whole gallery was these pods, basically, where a completely immersive experience where you would sit you'd go inside the pod and you were surrounded completely by these mirrors and artwork all over the walls, paintings, sculptures everywhere, um, all kinds of beautiful artwork everywhere in this. And so, and you can see there was headgear and all sorts on these monitors, and it was supposed to be kind of this completely immersive experience that would envelop all your senses. And so there was sound, there were sights, obviously, there were smells, there was tactile sensation, all of the senses involved. And while this was going on, there was I had the kind of impression that there was a teaching happening, and I actually literally could kind of hear, kind of in, whether it was the headphones or just kind of in some kind of speakers or something, someone kind of was giving teaching, and the teaching in this immersive experience was about the nature of reality and Buddhism, the sort of and all that kind of entails. So it was trying to teach me, the in the dream, I was kind of receiving this teaching, I guess, about the sort of five dharmas, the 10 worlds, the 10 suchnesses, the 3,000 worlds in a single moment of time, the 12 nidanas, the dependent origination, the three marks or four marks of existence, or three or four seals, dharma seals, and all of that. It was kind of supposed to be this teaching about kind of the ultimate kind of constituents or makeup, or how reality works. And that was this whole purpose of these pods. There was tons of these pods in this gallery for people to enter. And so I was in one, and I was also kind of introducing people to it in a way, um, as well. Like I had experienced it before in some way. So anyway, I thought what I would do is, because it was a pretty significant dream. It was very vivid and powerful. And so I thought I would just do some readings on the teachings that were happening during this dream, which was pretty amazing, and I'm pretty grateful for. So bear with me a moment while I share my screen and hopefully gain strength from the sharing. Sorry about the Star Trek V reference there. Anyways, So yes, here we are. We'll start with I've picked, in my big tent Buddhism, I've picked obviously all through the the Dharma view, the Dharma eye of Jodo Shinshu Buddhism, but I have picked websites for each of these different readings from different schools of Buddhism, just to have that broader selection, that broader reading for it. So anyway, so we'll just start with this one. The three Svabhava, Svabhava, the three Svabhava, and the five Dharmas, important core concepts from the Lankavarta Sutra. Lankavarta, yeah, sorry, Lankavarta Sutra. And they give the full English text at the end of the commentary. I don't think we'll read all of that. The article does include passages from this. And this, incidentally, is from the website. Obviously, the website and the people that composed it own the copyright. I'm doing this all just under fair use for educational purposes, not for profit. And same goes for any of the readings I'm going to do from the various websites I use today. And this one is the BuddhaWeekly.com website. And yeah, so we'll just go from there. So the Lankavarta Sutra is an important text to both Zen and Chittamatra mind-only schools of Mahayana Buddhism. Although there are many important concepts and themes in this sutra, we shall explore only two in this brief essay. The three Svabhavas. Sorry about my pronunciation. The three Svabhavas, or self-natures, are types of knowledge. They are the Parakalpita, the Paratantra, and the Parinispana. The Parakalpita is a kind of misunderstanding or false judgment of things. It is that which discriminates between self and other, me and mine versus other things, pleasure and irritation. Parakalpita causes us to grasp at things that we want or desire while creating aversion for things we dislike. This may seem quite normal, but by constantly grasping at impermanent phenomena and chasing our desires, we unintentionally create misery for ourselves and others. Indeed, all the time, every second of the day. So paratantra and dependent origination. So yeah, here's where we're bringing in the dependent origination into the mix. So paratantra is a concept closely linked to dependent origination. By falsely seeing things as complete independent objects, we are misinterpreting their true nature. Our perception of something is quite different from its true nature. Take a car, for example. We see the car and suppose it to be a complete entity. We imagine ourselves in the car driving down the highway and being seen in it. We think people will like us for owning such a great car that it is a reflection of our personality. Indeed, all those things are very true with people in cars. This is an incomplete understanding of what the car is. We are only superficially aware of the parts making up the automobile, all the laws of physics giving it propulsion, and all the headaches the car is going to cause us when one of its many parts malfunctions. Indeed. It's a good example. Paratantra is akin to parakalpita in the sense that it involves dualistic and incomplete thinking that fails to understand the true nature of phenomena. It is dualistic in the sense that it causes us to discriminate. Although we may be aware that one thing is made up of two or more parts, like water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen, we do not understand its true nature. Paranispana is a complete vision or perfected understanding of the nature of reality. According to the Lankavarta Sutra, everything that exists only as phenomena within our minds. The ultimate nature of all phenomena is emptiness. This does not mean that the phenomena with which we come into contact do not matter, but possessing this knowledge can reduce the intensity of our attachment to them. It may minimize or even eradicate our bondage to perceived circumstances. In this way, paranispana can minimize our suffering. In short, parakalpita gives us a prejudiced or distorted view of ourselves in the world. Paratantra only allows us to perceive things superficially. It is through paranispana that we perceive phenomena in their true state, impermanent, empty of inherent existence, which is neither changing nor unchanging. It is a state beyond the limitations of discrimination and logic. Indeed. 5 dharmas. The 5 dharmas, as I understand them, are classifications for states of understanding phenomena. Here, the word dharmas can be interpreted as things or phenomena. The 5 dharmas are name, appearance, discrimination, right knowledge, and suchness, or tathatha. A thing or a phenomenon has a form, shape, or appearance. This does not mean appearance in the visual sense, but it also refers to sense, textures, sounds, flavors, etc. These so-called names and appearances are misrepresentations. They give these phenomena names without fully understanding the true nature. We use our discriminating faculties to interpret them, but our discrimination faculties are imperfect. And since they are imperfect, our understanding of names and forms is faulty. This brings us a total misunderstanding of the nature of reality. Moreover, our faculty of discrimination causes us to develop attachments to certain phenomena while creating aversion and repulsion for others. Sounds like a day in the life of a Bambu to me. Our only way out of this cycle of misunderstanding, delusion, and this is a quote, I guess from the Lankavarta Sutra, I think, maybe, or somewhere else. I'll figure it out as we go. So our only way out of this cycle of misunderstanding, delusion, and attachments is to develop right knowledge. Right knowledge is the proper understanding of ourselves and the phenomena around us. We realize that through discrimination, we have developed an imperfect understanding of the nature of reality, and due to this, we have developed prejudices and aversions. Right knowledge allows us to work ourselves out of this unenlightened situation. Moreover, right knowledge can lead to a state of suchness or tathatha, where we see things as they really are in their true nature. In this state of suchness, we penetrate all the falsities and fabrications of our once benighted minds, and all attachments and aversions are gone. Now, this we will only experience after our, the current rebirth in which Shinjin has arisen and settled, and then we're born in the Pure Land and born as Buddhas immediately in the Pure Land. Then we'll experience what this last passage is discussing, but not something a Bambu can experience here and now, certainly. Since the five dharmas are mentioned several times in the Lankavivarta Sutra, we can assume their importance. Yeah, I guess that was from the Lankavivarta Sutra. So since the five dharmas are mentioned several times in the Lankavivarta Sutra, we can assume that their importance is importance to its theology. I'm not sure about that word usage. It's, I guess, teaching, we'll say. Since the five dharmas are mentioned several times in the Lankavivarta Sutra, we can assume their importance to its teaching. In the sutra, it reads, gathering truth from the Vinaya, from the teachings, the sutras, let the yogin have a clear insight into the five dharmas, mind itself, and egolessness. As we prepare to walk the bodhisattva path, we must look deep into our minds and understand its nature. Contemplating important concepts like the five dharmas and the three svabhavas assists us in our spiritual development. A quote from the Lankavivarta Sutra and the research of Buddhist scholars, including D.T. Suzuki, illustrates the corresponding elements of the five dharmas and the three svabhavas. Please see the chart and quote below. Similar charts have been used by many authors. So here we go. So there's the five dharmas and the corresponding this corresponding svabhavas. So name and form correspond with the parakalpita. The discrimination corresponds with paratantra, and right knowledge and suchness corresponds with paranibbana. The five dharmas, the five svabhavas, and the eight vijnanas, and the twofold egolessness, they are all embraced in the Mahayana. Name, appearance, and discrimination correspond to the first two svabhavas, while right knowledge and suchness are the paranibbana. So, yeah, we'll leave it there for that article. The rest of it goes into the actual sutra, but I don't really have time in this video to kind of read the whole sutra, but just wanted to go over some of those concepts. Now let's go to the sort of Ichinen Sanzen, the idea of 3,000 worlds in a single moment of time. So the teachings in Tendai and also Nichiren Buddhism about the 10 worlds or realms, the 10 suchnesses, and the 3 realms. So let's go through this. And this is from the Tendai Buddhism UK website. Very lovely people. I interacted with Seishen Clark for a bit, and he was gracious enough to send me recordings of their sessions, actually, their Dharma sessions and discussions for a while. So I was corresponding with him for a while. A few years back, when I was kind of, when I had kind of left Amida G and was kind of deciding what I was going to do next with my Buddhist journey, which of course I came back to Jodo Shinshu Buddhism very quickly, actually, not too long, within a few months, actually, I did. But anyway, so for a few months, I was corresponding with Seishen Clark, and he was sending me their like I said, their Dharma sessions. But anyway, so this is by him. So it's quite nice to read this, having interacted with Seishen Clark. So, Ichinen Sanzen, 3,000 worlds in a single thought. So 3,000 words in a single thought is a Tendai, uh, Tentai or Tiantai doctrine created by the founder of Chinese Tiantai, that's Qi or Zi. The following essay, I hope, will give some explanation of this incredibly important Tendai doctrine, although I feel I will not be able to do it justice. On the face, it seems like an essay to understand philosophy. However, I believe GE's vision goes a lot deeper than our own capacity. Therefore, any mistakes or misunderstandings in the following essay is my own. I like how he's words all of that, actually. I kind of word many of my videos in a similar way. Not a teacher, take it for what it's worth. This is my journey. This is what my experience that I'm sharing. So anyway, so GE's philosophy of the 3,000 worlds in a single thought can be found in his magnum opus, the Maka Shikan or Mohe Jigan. Terrible Japanese and Chinese pronunciation, apologies, in which he coined the term Ichinen San. In Japanese, that's Ichinen Sanzen, which means that the 3,000 worlds can be found in a single moment of the mind. To understand this, we first need to define the 3,000 worlds and define a single thought. 3,000 worlds. Life at each moment is endowed with the 10 worlds. At the same time, each of the 10 worlds is endowed with all 10 worlds. So that infinity of life actually, let me read that again. So life at each moment is endowed with the 10 worlds. At the same time, each of the 10 worlds is endowed with all the 10 worlds, so that an entity of life actually possesses 100 worlds. Each of these in turn I'm a bit distracted because I need to quickly plug in my computer, I'm realizing. I thought it had more power than it seems to have, so just bear with me 1 second, folks. Be right back. Unscripted, teleprompter free here at the Gonkai channel. And I'm back, manifested from into the Saha world. Anyway, right, so let me read that again. Sorry, where were we? So each of these worlds in turn possesses 30 realms, which means that in the 100 worlds, there are 3,000 realms. The 3,000 realms of existence are all possessed by life in a single moment. If there is no life, that is the end of the matter. But if there is the slightest bit of life, it contains all the 3,000 realms. This is what we mean when we speak of the region of the unfathomable. And there's a link here to more explanation about that. Looks like the basis of the 3,000 worlds stems mainly from the Lotus Sutra, but also from the general corpus of Buddhist material and Mahayana texts, especially Nagarjuna's Mahaprajna Paramita Shastra. To start with, let us look at the 10 worlds. So the 10 worlds, also known as the 10 spiritual realms, Jikai, is a philosophy of Buddhist cosmology in which one experiences 10 different conditions of life in any given moment. They are also classified as categories of beings and physical locations. They are lower realms. The hell beings, 2 hungry ghosts, 3 animality animals, 4 anger, arrogance, asuras, 5 humanity, human beings, 6 heaven, devas, and then we go to the higher realms, which is learning or or Shravakas. 8 is absorption, pratyekya Buddha. 9 is bodhisattvas. 10 is Buddhahood, Buddhas. So that's how, in this kind of framing of the teaching of Buddhist cosmology, that's how it's explained for the 10 worlds and the 10 realms within this idea of the 3,000 worlds in a single moment of time, or a single thought moment. And obviously, Jodo Shinshu, we have our own teaching about a single thought moment, but I'm sure there's a correspondence of that larger, broader teaching to all of this, with and then the one thought moment or a single thought moment of Shinjin, probably containing all of this teaching all at once. Just like the Nembutsu Kei contains all teachings, all practices, all everything. I think I would say that our teaching about Shinjin, Soda Shinjin, it contains everything. It is nirvana itself. It is the ultimate reality. It is the Buddha mind, etc. So it contains all of this teaching, kind of thing. But anyway, and in some way, there's correspondence, I'm sure, that can be understood by greater minds than mine. So these are given in the Lotus Sutra in various chapters. However, to give a quick explanation, the hell realm, my cat, speaking of the animal realm, my cat is being very insistent, so I apologize if you could hear her in the background. So we'll just go through the little explanations he's giving here. Sorry. So the hell realm. The hell realm is a place in which one suffers incessantly. It is a condition of total misery, devoid of joy and happiness, with seemingly no end or respite. Hunger realm. The hunger realm is a place in which one is forever hungry, i.e. desiring, but is never satisfied. Beings in this realm are called hungry ghosts and have an endless desire for food, drink, pleasure, I think that's supposed to be, etc., but can never find satisfaction. Animal realm. The animal realm is a place in which one is conditioned by animal instinct, devoid of wisdom, morality, and reason. Those of the animal realm prey on the weak and both fear and despise those stronger than them. Asura realm. The Asura realm is a place of hunger and arrogance. In Indian cosmology, an Asura or Asura can be likened to a belligerent spirit, similar to the Western understanding of demons. They stand loosely. I'm not sure that's a good comparison or analogy, but loosely speaking, they stand in contrast to the devas, or gods, demigods. Demigods, so among the devas there are demigods, but anyway, okay, so beings of this realm are conditioned by persistent hostility, anger, and arrogance. Human realm. The human realm, our realm, that is a place between the lower and higher realms, although still considered a lower realm, in which, although still driven by the fetters of the lower realms, we also have aspirations and, most importantly, the capacity to attain higher realms. So, and that's kind of pointing toward the preciousness of our human birth, the precious opportunity of our human birth to encounter the Dharma, to encounter Buddhism, to encounter the Jodo Shinshu Buddhist teaching, to encounter Amida Buddha, the teaching about Amida Buddha, etc. So, and it's because we're in that sweet spot between joy and pain, kind of thing. So we have a capacity. So we're not completely like the other lower realms are completely absorbed in what they're experiencing and just can't really have time to reflect or think on the joy, or the sufferings that they're going through and what's wrong with. They don't have time. They just can't really. They can't have the capacity to do that. Whereas we as humans do have that capacity to reflect and go, okay, something's wrong here. What's going on? So anyway, so the heavenly realm. And then above us, the gods kind of are at a disadvantage because they're so good that why would you worry about things? Why would you worry about the nature of reality? Because it's all good, baby. Come on, let's go to the garden tea party. Yeah. So anyway, it's not quite that simple, but anyway. So heavenly realm. The heavenly realm is a place of joy and happiness, seemingly untouched by suffering. However, this realm, like the previous, is impermanent and conditioned. Therefore, it can be easily taken away. Those in this realm still have the capacity to teach the higher realms, but often do not feel any need to. Sorry, those in this realm still have the capacity to reach the higher realms, but often do not feel any need to. Like it's kind of what I was referring to. This arrogance soon comes around as the causes and conditions that put them in the heavenly realm. This arrogance soon comes around as the causes and conditions that put them in the heavenly realm come to an end and they fall into one of the lower realms. In Indian cosmology, this is the realm of the Devas or Devas, which are often likened to the Western notion of gods and demigods, loosely speaking. Again, learning realm, also known as the voice hearer realm, is a place where one gets to hear a Buddha preach the Dharma in Sanskrit. Also known as the voice hearer realm, is a place where one gets to hear a Buddha preach the Dharma. In Sanskrit, it is Shravaka, voice hearer. Those in this realm are in a condition in which they have received sunyata, emptiness, and have dedicated their lives to realizing nirvana. The absorption realm, also known as the self-awakened realm. This is a place where people realize the path of their own accord without help of teachers or having received a teaching. In Sanskrit, this is known as the Pratyekya Buddha, or as Pratyekya Buddha. And this, I think this is also involves the 12 Nidana. That's what that the Pratyekya Buddha come to see for themselves, the nature of reality and the 12 link chain, and they just see through that, through just reflecting and contemplating or meditating on that. They just kind of become self-awakened. So the Bodhisattva realm. The Bodhisattva realm is a place in which one has reached a high level of realization and compassion. So moved by their compassion of all sentient beings that they have dedicated their lives to aiding sentient beings on the path to enlightenment. These beings are known as bodhisattvas. The Buddha realm. So on to the Buddha realm. The Buddha realm is a place of complete and perfect realization, absolute freedom from the chains of samsara, realized in every aspect of all phenomena. For a skeptic, it's hard to imagine these realms as physical places in which one is born to. However, it is fairly easy to see how these apply psychologically to our moment-to-moment experiences. We have all felt, even if only for a moment. Sorry, my cat is wanting to, I think, join me here, however briefly. So we have all felt, even if only for a moment, that feeling of complete low when our suffering is simply too overwhelming and seems like it will never end. Conversely, we have felt so high that we think life could not get any better. We feel untouchable. We have also experienced a variety, or Oh, sorry. We have also experienced the verity of these conditions within a single day. Sorry, I'll let my cat get down now. She's done sitting here. Um, this is what GE means when he says that each of the 10 worlds contains the 10 worlds. In our human realm, we are able to experience all the other realms. Therefore, GE concludes that the hell realm also contains all 10 realms, and the heavenly realm also contains all 10 realms, and so on. This is known as Jikai Gogu. So he's kind of referring here to where I often say, that all the Buddhist all the teachings in Buddhism, everything in Buddhism, including the cosmology, are actual realms in which beings dwell because of their collective and individual karma. They actually experience that realm as an actual realm. It's also a psychological state. It's also a mind state. It's also a teaching. It's also symbolic and of a teaching nature. It's all these things multidimensionally at once. So yeah, so just put that little disclaimer in there. And also, obviously, Jodo Shinshu teachings, I think the Bamboo experience is limited. So what we experience of the higher worlds mentioned in this 10 worlds teaching is, you know, nil to very limited, I would say. And any experience that we would have is probably because of, of a of Buddha intervention of other power. So anyway, moving on to the next part here. So 10 worlds within the 10 worlds. So Jikai Gogu, or mutual possession of the 10 worlds. In Tendai Buddhism, these worlds are not exclusive. Each has the potential for the other worlds to manifest at any given moment, even if those worlds are latent. The important significance of this teaching can be summed up twofold. One, right here, right now, we have only the potential for Buddhahood, but also contain Buddhahood, like a gene we carry that like a gene we carry that remains dormant until we switch it on, or in our case as Jodo Shinshu Buddhists, until Amida Buddha switches that on when we're born in the Pure Land. This stands in opposition to the idea that Buddhahood is something we gain slowly over hundreds of lifetimes. Two, the Buddhas and other enlightened beings are not separate from ordinary people. Now, again, for us in Jodo Shinshu Buddhism, our experience of the Buddha world won't occur until, birth in the Pure Land, and we become Buddhas through Amida Buddha's vow power, from Amida Buddha's working and vow power and Shinjin, and then when we're born into when we die in this life in which Shinjin is arisen and settled, and we're at the stage of non-retrogression, when we die in that existence, and we're born or unborn, I guess you could say, into Pure Land, then we experience the Buddha world and the Bodhisattva world. And all those, I'd say all those higher realms that are being referred to here, that's when we have that experiences, in our teaching of Jodo Shinshu Buddhism. But anyway, as far as the um, learning realm, absorption realm, Bodhisattva realm, Buddha realm, all that, I would say, this is just my own, take on it. So take it for what it's worth. But I think that's those realms we would experience when we're born in the Pure Land. And then we come back. Actually, we have the merit transference of Amida Buddha for going forth to Pure Land, and then a merit transference of from Amida Buddha for us returning to this world in multiple forms, as multiple Nirmanakaya forms and bodhisattvas and so forth, to help all beings come to the Pure Land. So anyways, yeah. So just bear with me a moment, just checking. Yeah, so yeah, so 10 worlds within the 10 worlds. Okay, so mutual possession of the 10 worlds. In Tendai Buddhism, these worlds are not exclusive. Each has the potential of the other. Oh, I've read that whole paragraph. Sorry. So 30 realms. The 30 realms is comprised of the 10 factors of life within the 3 realms of existence. So 10 factors of life. The 10 factors of life are also known as the 10 substances in a doctrine unique to Tendai Buddhism, but found in Tiantai Buddhism, but found in Tendai and Nichiren Buddhism, and is derived from the Lotus Sutra, Chapter 2, in which the true aspect of all phenomena consists of one suchness, such a form slash phenomena, that which is discernible, such as physical form, color, behavior, etc. Two, such a nature, or or such a character, that which is not discernible, which is the inherent quality. Which what this means is that every phenomena has an inherent nature that cannot be changed. Fire has the nature of fire. If it had the nature of water, then it would cease to be fire. 3, such an entity or embodiment, that which integrates and embodies form and nature. 4, such a potency or ability, life's potential energy. We have the potential for Buddhahood, but we also have the potential to become hungry ghosts. 5, such a function or activity, that which is produced by life's energy. 6, such a primary cause or direct cause, the potential cause that produces an effect of the same quality. 7, such a relation or secondary cause. Indirect causes, secondary cause. Indirect causes, secondary causes that work with the primary cause to produce an effect. 8, such a latent effect or a result, a dormant effect that has not had the conditions necessary to arise. 9, such a manifest effect or recompense, the observable effect, the reward or retribution. 10, such a consistency from beginning to end, or the whole, that which unifies all of the above, which are interrelated, working together moment to moment. These factors are common to all forms of life and phenomena without exception, meaning there is no fundamental difference between a Buddha and an ordinary person. And again, Jodo Shinshu Buddhism has its own, the teachings about this or interpretation of this aspect of things. So just leave it at that. But this is why they are also called substances, meaning that it is such or such as it is. They reveal the way things are, just as it is, and all phenomena are part of this process. They also point to how phenomena and us relate, affect, and influence all other phenomena. 3 realms of existence. The 3 realms of existence come from the treatise on the great perfection of wisdom by Nagarjuna and are categorized as the 5 skandhas or components. Go on second, the realm of living beings, or Sujo second, the realm of the environment, Kokudo second. So the reason she connected the 3 realms to the 10 factors is because later because the latter does not operate in living beings alone, but also in the material world. The material world, in turn, is not separate from the mind of living beings. The five components, form, perception, conception, volition, and consciousness, which are perceived by living beings through the five sense organs, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind, are what is used to perceive and judge. These components, when used, cause us to form a conception of our surroundings, and those in one of the 10 worlds will see the same thing in a completely differing way. The realm of living beings refer to the manifestation of sentient life, all of which has the five components, who in turn interact with their environment. Our perception of our environment changes depending on our own minds, meaning we can live in the hell realm or the bodhisattva realm simultaneously. However, these three realms are not separate, but very much as an integrated whole that manifests within each of the 10 worlds. To simplify the above, there are 10 worlds within 10 worlds, so that's 10 times 10 equals 100. Within each of these 10, within each of these, there are 10 factors that are experienced within the three realms of existence. So that's 10 times 3 equals 30. So then now multiply 100 times 30, that's 3,000 worlds. What I get asked often is, why did GE use these particular realms and not others? Or why 3,000 and not 30,000? Or sorry, 300,000 realms, etc. Worrying over the exact number or components misses the point of this teaching. The importance of this is that all of these various realms are not separate, but interconnected and interrelated within each given moment. So single thought moment. Okay, so this is the Tendai interpretation of the single thought moment. Obviously, there's probably a correspondence to the Jodo Shinshu Buddhist teaching interpretation of this, but anyway, let's just read this. So single thought moment. When we speak about a single thought moment, we are speaking about a single moment when we speak about a single thought moment, we are speaking about a single moment, which is why Ichinen can also be translated as single moment. Life is made up of immeasurable moments, although a moment itself cannot be measured or quantified. Still, it can't be denied that our lives are made up of a multitude of moments. We qualify these moments through our cognition, which is an interpretation based on our senses. See above. Within each moment, then we are inexorably connected with the 3,000 worlds. Each moment contains the 3,000 worlds. We are not separate from that which we cannot see or conceptualize. With a single thought, we are able to penetrate the entire cosmos, just as the cosmos penetrates all phenomena. So, in summary, the teaching of Ichinen Sanzen says that in any given moment, we have the potential of being in any of the given worlds experienced through the realms. In other words, in our current state, human that is, we are able to experience the life of hell or the life of bodhisattva. When in that state, those worlds are very real. Our suffering is very real, as is our rapture. This also connects very closely with the Tiantai teaching of the three truths. The world in which we experience is very real to us. This is the truth of the relative, K. However, both this world, or key, I'm not sure how that's pronounced, but however, both this world and through that which you experience this world is empty and impermanent. This is the truth of emptiness. ku. Both these aspects are true, both at the same time. Our world and our experiences are both real and empty at the same time. This is the truth of the middle, or chu. In realizing the truth of the middle, we will be able to penetrate the concept of Ichinen Sanzen and realize that we have the potential to awaken our Buddha nature in this very moment. Now, obviously Jodo Shinshu Buddhism has a very different interpretation of these kinds of Buddhist teachings. As far as this life, we can't actualize in any way Buddha nature, or we can't realize Buddhahood or Buddha nature as bamboo, especially in Mapo or bamboo of any time, really. And that's why we need the intervention of Amida Buddha's primal vow for Shinjin to arise, settle, and then when we die in that lifetime and go to Pure Land, then we experience or realize Buddha nature of Buddhahood. That's when we experience that. So one state does not precede or lead to the other. Rather, each state is available to us in any given moment. In fact, these two aspects of 3,000 worlds and one moment are not two distinct elements, but are non-dual. When there is even a single moment of life, then the 3,000 worlds are present. One does not contain the other, as they are not separate. That is what the Lotus Sutra teaches and what I believe influenced GE in forming Ichinen Sanzen. The Lotus Sutra teaches the 10 factors of life, then teaches that all beings have the potential for Buddhahood, illustrating Jikang Gogu, or mutual possession of the 10 worlds. It then illustrates the true aspect as inseparable of all phenomena, instead of phenomena being a product of the mind. True aspect of all phenomena, Shoho, Jiso. This teaching greatly influenced Ji's philosophy that every aspect of reality, just as it is no different from the true aspect to the middle way to the Buddha. Which all of that's very true. It's just as bamboo, as ordinary foolish beings, spiritual idiots, we can't perceive any of that really in any true, real way. So anyway, so there you go. So that's that. There's more. Wow, longer than I thought. So yeah, let's finish it off then. So Ichinen Sanzen not only points to our relation will everything, or with everything. I think that's supposed to be a typo there. So Ichinen Sanzen not only points to our relation with everything, but also points to the very real possibility of Buddhahood in this lifetime in any given moment. The provisional paths illustrate cause and effect, that one state precedes another. The true aspect of Lotus Sutra and Chi's Ichinen Sanzen shows that they are not separate and are open to us right here and now. And again, for Jodo Shinshu Buddhists, we have a different interpretation of this, and that that the true nature of reality won't be, as experiencing things as they truly are won't happen until we're born in Pure Land. So, but all of that is going on. We just can't perceive it, as it were. So here we go. It looks like a quote here. What we call perfect, and it looks like from, I'll read that at the end. So this is a quote here from a writing. What we call perfect sudden is to relate our mind to reality from the very beginning and visualize the object of mind. Such is in fact identical with the middle way. This is not different from the conceptual truth. When our mind relates to the Dharma realm, even our visual forms and fragrance do not differ from the middle way. Our world, the Buddha world, the world of sentient beings, and the five aggregates are all in fact expressions of middle way. You cannot avoid sufferings. Ignorance and delusions themselves are the object of enlightenment. There is not any cause of suffering to be cut off. All fundamental ignorance and distorted mind are involved in the middle way. There isn't any special path to be practiced. Our life and death are manifestation of nirvana. There is not any cessation or suffering to be realized. There is no pain nor accumulation of pain. Therefore, there is not any ordinal world, path, or cessation of sufferings. Accordingly, there is not any saint world. Pure reality does not exist. There is no other Dharma except reality. Tranquility of Dharma nature is called calmness or calming mind. The tranquility of Dharma always shines brightly. The name that is named discernment or discerning real. Though we use words beginning and end, there is no duality nor any difference between them. This is named perfect sudden. We should know our body and the land we are. 3,000 realities in a single moment of our consciousness. Therefore, we realize our way of life. Therefore, when we realize our way of life, we will be aware, I guess, of the basic nature of reality. Excuse me. Our mind and mindfulness prevail in the world of reality. And this is a translation provided by Venerable Shoshin Ichishima, the perfect sudden Maka Shikan. So there you go. So that's 3,000 worlds in a single moment of time, about the sort of the true nature or makeup of reality, the trueness, the true aspect of reality, the true way reality actually is. So that teaching. So we've done the three self-natures and 5 dharmas. Now we've done the Ichinen Sanzen, which is the 10 worlds, 10 factors or 10 substances, and the 3 realms. And yeah, so I think I was gonna go over, let me just have a look here, what I had for the 12 nidanas. Yeah, that's quite a bit. No, I think we'll leave that. Maybe I'll do a part 2 of this. Maybe I won't, but and do, for this dream, because the 12 nidanas, I think you kind of get the idea of what what was coming through the teaching. The 12 nidanas were part of that, the teaching that was kind of coming through in this dream in the pod here. So I'm going to stop sharing and just do some Nembutsu to finish this video here tonight. So there you go. One more look at my version of what I saw in my dream, which was, I'd say, a pretty cool dream, and pretty amazing to be getting teaching in the dream. So anyway, or receiving teaching or what have you. But anyway, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, Namanda Butsu, Nama, Nama, Nama. All right. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time. Take care.